I didn't think too much about girls in my early years. I was too busy dogging my bike over the powdery dust of the American River floodplain. Dirt-clod fights with my buddies was also a favorite, and I'd return home after a hot day in the Sacramento sun, my sweaty skin the color of Ovaltine. I couldn't imagine why a girl would even want to mess with me, but if she did, she'd have to plant herself smack in my path to get my attention. But like all things, there's an exception to every rule, and my exception was Suzy Johnson. It all started in the second grade. There was something about Suzy's deep-socketed blue eyes that gripped me like a vice. Sometimes, right in the middle of being up for kickball, I'd see her in the distance and forget where I was. Hopelessly mesmerized, if she drew near, I'd stammer at best or fall completely mute. Needless to say, she only knew me by sight. Growing up out of grade school, the distance between our worlds stretched as junior high school halls recede further into the distance. She was evolving into a teen idol while I drifted downward into nerd territory, carrying sexual guilt like a cross. But before I reached the proving ground of high school, my family moved away from California and I began to accelerate into a cocky teenager. My self-esteem blossomed as my new East Coast friends treated me like a Hollywood celebrity, and I forgot about little blue-eyed Suzy. 3 years later, I returned to the River Valley to visit a childhood buddy of mine, and he took me to a party with him. It was one of those big end-of-school bashes, lots of people, loud rock and roll, booze everywhere. I knew no one. Then across a huge room I saw the gleam of golden blonde hair and held my breath. Could it be? I waited for the head to turn just enough. The profile alone was enough to floor me. It was my Suzy, now a gorgeous 1966 surfer girl. Her dark tan, golden hair, brilliant smile could stop a freight train. But those eyes, oh my God, those sapphire raccoon eyes pulled at my heart with the gravity of a black star. In disbelief, I realized she and her friends were moving in my direction, and desperately I searched for my cocky teenage confidence. I was no longer that tongue-tied little nerd, and now was my moment to introduce myself as the man of her dreams. I ached to touch her, to hold her as I imagined myself slow dancing, glued to her body, my face buried in her neck, while Brian Wilson sang in my room. The music stopped. I looked up, and she was planted right in front of me, smiling as her friends moved toward the door. The floor began to roll, and my feet seemed to be sliding out from under me. This was it, my time of truth. And words failed me again. Frantically, I watched someone's fingers move swiftly up from my side, reach out and clasp her hand. Slowly lifting her lashes, she gazed up at me. "Hi, Larry." My name on her lips was too much to bear. This close, could she see the undying love in my eyes? I wanted to hide, to look away, but I stayed in her gaze, realizing our hands were attached. Feeling her warm satin pulse, I must be dreaming, and still I cannot speak. So I smiled, awkwardly released her hand, and she stepped out the door, gone forever.